everyone, and welcome to NAV 2025. Hi everyone, and welcome back to NAV 2025. It's our final day of live streaming across multiple channels. And we're really always excited. I always started. I need a montage of myself just going, we're really excited, and Haeleigh needs a montage of that as well, going, and we only do things we're excited about, and isn't that the kind of life we want to live as creators? So with us today, in addition to myself, Indeana, Underhill, Haeleigh, Royall, co-founders of CFA, is one of our friends, and actually something we're announcing today, a new partner of CFA, is Giovanni Labadessa, Gio, the founder of Not Film Fest in Italy. Gio, how you doing?
I'm good, I'm great. Thank you guys for having me. NAB has been amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think this is a fun, match made in heaven, because we have really quickly developed a relationship with you over the past 6 months, because we met at Holly Shorts last year. So thank you, Holly Shorts, for that.
We did meet at Holly Shorts.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It feels like we've been friends for a very long time.
It does. You helped potentially put out a fire during the fires in LA.
That was the thing,
I have photos of Gio holding a hose.
Yep.
And wetting down the garden.
Yes, exactly. The man. Now, Gio, before we get into our big announcement, talk to me about Not Film Fest for those that don't know, because something that CFA is huge on is community building, education. I feel like I'm just on repeat with that, like a broken record, because it's just so important.
It is.
And you're very much the same, and the things that you put your time into, including this festival, is similar. So talk to us about Not Film Fest and the ethos behind that.
So Not Film Fest was born in 2018, so we're entering our 8th edition, and was born literally with the idea that film festivals should be community spaces for filmmakers, and that filmmakers can reclaim the space of film festivals. And so we created a place that is a safe harbor for independent cinema, for people who are doing things that are a little bit different.
Yeah.
They're trying their own way, and that speak their own unique language. And we decided to call it Not as a mission to reclaim rejection.
And how's it going?
It's going great. We are happily entering our 8th year. The next edition is going to be from August 26th to the 31st. We are right next to Venice Film Festival. The festival happens in Italy, in this gorgeous little town that is the postcard of my own country.
Oh.
The town is called Santarcangelo di Romagna. It's hard to remember, but once you get there, I'm sure you will. And it's very community-centric. We create activities every day for people to meet, to spend time together, and tell people about their films. Because if you get to meet the filmmaker, if you get to spend time with them, you will watch a movie with a completely different perspective.
One of the things I think is also really compelling, because film festivals, especially international film festivals, can be very daunting. But one of the things that you are doing is that not only do you take over the town, but we also have communal lunches every day, right? Talk to us about that.
My favorite part of the whole thing is that everyone eats lunch together every day.
Talk to us about this.
Yes, so we decided from year one, I was like, what's the most Italian thing that we can do?
2-hour lunches.
It's eat together. It's beautiful. Like, you kind of cancel the space between someone who is just starting, a volunteer, someone who has accomplished something great already and is in the jury. So we are decided, okay, what if everyone eats together? What if everyone shares the same table? There is no distance between no one. And those lunches became kind of iconic, because a lot of relationship has started there.
Yeah.
A lot of first-time director or first-time producer have met people that have become long-time collaborators. Yeah. And now a lot of relationships actually start at lunch, at Not. And it's beautiful that, something so simple has created such a strong community.
Awesome.
And it happens there, but it doesn't just start there, right? You have programming all over the place, so people can find you and meet you and know that they'll love the community before they even make the trip?
Yeah, so I'm a filmmaker myself, so I'm a writer-producer. I've been making movies for some time and been traveling with the films that I've made. And every time I go somewhere, I try to commit to meeting anyone who is interested in the festival, anyone who is approaching the festival, any alumni. And we, by traveling so much, we start having small community events that were more like, hey, let's meet for drinks. And eventually we decided, okay, what if we start something that is a little bit more structured? So we started a partnership with Petit Salon at Petit Hermitage, where we screen our films on a rooftop in Los Angeles. We're starting a new partnership in London with the beautiful people, BTG and FOMO House. And we're gonna screen alumni in London, and we're starting something in New York as well, that it's happening in the summer, and we're very excited with this amazing group, this amazing collective right in Brooklyn. So, well, we decided to tap onto the people that love us so much, bring them together again, and do the same thing in a smaller space that, you know, maybe it's a one evening thing, but yeah, and it keeps growing our impact. It keeps reminding people that, you know, together we can do better.
One of the things that we always are doing is trying to make filmmaking more accessible. And so all of our education, whether it's live or in person, is always free. It's always going to be as technical, creative, and practical merging together as we can possibly get for creators. And that's something that we bonded over. And Haeleigh and I, over the past year of really driving this nonprofit forward for programming, have tried to figure out what programs can fit into the pipeline of filmmaking. So now we have a screenwriting fund. We have fiscal sponsorship for alternative financing. We have the film challenge, which happens quarterly, so people are out there meeting people, making films. It's all free to do that. We work with vendors, a lot of them that are here today, like Blackmagic, like Great Video Maker. And also we have, you know, the podcast for education, workshops, all of it recorded, all available for free. But something we were missing that when we were discussing kind of how we could partner together was post-production, right? And one of the steps there was distribution and festival strategy. I think we're really underserved as independent creators on education in that area. How do I get my film out there? How do I have it seen? How do I do it correctly? How do I not waste all of my money on festivals that might not be great for my film, because I've just heard about, you know, Sundance and I think I should submit, but they have like 8,000 shorts and like maybe it just doesn't fit in the theme of that year, but I like submit anyway. How can we save more money? How can we get it out to the right audience? And how can we make better projects? And so what we're announcing with Geo today is the Not Work in Progress program, which is a huge moment for us and for our community that is here on virtual, on our newsletter, and in person. And what that is we will be offering free test screenings of short films that we can also invite industry mentors to, so that huge industry mentors like Chad who does VFX for all of Fincher's films will come in. We'll have editing mentors, we'll have colorist mentors, and what that will be is that filmmakers will apply with their completed short film, and they will be able to get accepted and screen along 3 to 5 quarterly. So our first one will be the end of May. And you will get not only feedback from a select group of 30 to 45 people from a test screening, that's varied audience, but you also get 30 minutes of an educational mentorship program that will be specific to the feedback you're looking to get. And that'll happen live in person. And if you're not based in LA, which is where we're based, this will be available virtually. So even if you are wanting to screen a short or a web series, the first episode or a pilot, as long as it's under 25 minutes and you get accepted to that program, you'll be able to screen it with us, and we'll broadcast it. We'll make sure that we have a survey that your audience can fill out, which will have 3 types of questions, and that'll be the general thematic questions, your macro questions. So story, relationships, character. Is this character working? Is this character working? Is the relationship between these characters working? Do you understand the environment? How quickly did you pick up on something? As well as the micro questions. Did this line resonate? Did that joke hit? And so you're able to then, 24 hours later in this program, go back with your editor or go back to post and say, okay, this didn't work for the audience, this needs to work better, so that you're saving money or you're saving time, so when you apply to festivals, you know that there's an audience there and you know what's working, what's not. The reason we created this program, on my tangent here.
This is not a tangent. You're being very informative.
Thank you so much. The reason we created this program is because we know that independent creators are not supported in this area I've mentioned, but we also know that it's in the feature world or in the studio world, there's always test screening.
It
so
really
why are we
mimics
yeah.
the model of for studios and streamers.
Absolutely.
They get this test screening or multiple test
yes.
screenings.
And that's how they're able to make the best like product for an audience.
It's built
and,
into how they're marketing everything.
Yes. And so for our short films, which are our calling cards or our proof of concepts, we want to have the same success because that's the thing that people are going to hang on to and be like, they can do this. And so why not make it the strongest product, especially when the majority of our costs are out of pocket at this point. So we're really excited to launch this. Once again, we're really excited. We're really excited to launch this Not Work in Progress program as a part of our nonprofit so that our filmmakers can take their projects and have better success rates with them, whether it's festival success, distribution success, or just understanding what's working in their script or what's not. So when they go to that final feature from the short, they know and they can say, okay, those two characters, people didn't understand that this was their relationship or that this was the, issue they were having. How can I better represent it for my audience? Because at the end of the day, we're making something for an audience. We're making something for our community, and we want to do that successfully. So if you're interested in this program, it's obviously available at cinematographyforactors.com. It'll be available on the Not Film Fest website.
Yes.
And the applications have opened today. So the first one will be end of May. We'll be renting out a theater where we'll curate a live 30 to 45 person audience. And we will curate a survey with the filmmakers specifically about their characters, their environment, the questions they have, what issues they need, whether it's support in composing, sound, color, VFX, or editing, and we'll make sure to get a mentor that's specific to that.
That's something that's really great too,
yeah.
is it's not just like a random group of people that we're picking. Like the filmmaker will tell us what they need the advice on.
Correct.
And we'll be curating audience around that so that they can get the richest feedback possible.
And because I wanted to make sure that this project, this program was so seamless for filmmakers, is we recently did a test of that on a film that I shot, Murphy's Ranch, with director John Michael Riva Jr. And what we did is we did a test screening of our rough cut. And we did about 45 questions that were asked to our audience. It took about 15 minutes for that survey. And we got real-time feedback the next day that he brought into the edit bay with our editor about what relationships weren't working. Did that joke land? Did you not pick up on it? Did you understand it? Did the log line match what the end product was? Do you want to see more of this world? It was a proof of concept. Or are you happy with where it landed? All of those things are so key because we, as directors and producers, stick with our projects for such a long amount of time. And so we want to make sure that it's working and that it's worth the time that we spend on it.
And also, that kind of data can also be really beneficial for a filmmaker who has lived and lived and breathed their story from inception to help them kind of remove themselves emotionally at the really
she needs water, folks.
Pivotal I've been talking for days. Pivotal point where it needs to go more into strategy and marketing, and is this actually the best story we're telling now for our audience?
Totally. And Gio, tell me about what your feelings are about the Work in Progress Lab.
I'm very excited.
Yes.
I stole your line.
Thank you. You're a part of CFA now.
No, I think it's what's beautiful about this program, and I'm gonna actually do a side note. We met 6 months ago over at Ollie Shorts for one of the programs you guys run, which is the fiscal sponsorship program, and I was blown away because a lot of people were telling me that there were those two incredible filmmakers doing something really cool at CFA, and I never put the two things together. And then when I met you guys at Ollie Shorts, everybody was like, oh, you gotta meet them, you gotta meet them, you gotta meet them. And when I met you guys, I was like, wow, incredible. You guys are a force of nature. I have been learning so much
Aw.
from sitting a few times in the office with you and seeing you guys work. So thank you, first of all.
Thanks for joining us there.
And being able to create a program with CFA and not together, it's kind of like bringing together two communities that are doing very similar things in different ways. And that's also incredibly important because I believe that the strength of independent cinema is in a network of groups doing something, and tapping into a work in progress moment of the life of a filmmaker. It's incredibly important because that's when a lot of the most important decisions are made.
Yes.
Like towards the end, where everybody's rushed, when everybody's like want to see the end of the day, and having feedback, having the opportunity for feedback by professional, by a community of people that cares, that is engaged, that shares the same values, that wants to support you. It's not going to be like, you know, we're not there to criticize you. We're here to elevate you. We're here to make sure that you have all you need in order to end with a boom. And so like do that for me was very exciting. And seeing a program coming to life in so fast, because that's another of your greatest strength. You guys are incredible. I'm like, it takes me forever to get out of bed. You guys are way ahead of everyone else at 8:30 in the morning. So
Now,
you guys are amazing.
Yeah, and so in addition to, thank you very much, but the addition to end of May for our first one, the next one will actually be hosted at your film fest in Italy in August.
You guys will be there with us, which is also like a really, really fun thing. I'm very excited to show you what we do live at the festival. So so the idea was to start creating hubs for work in progress. So the one we're doing here is going to be more US centered. The one we're going to do in Italy is going to be more European centered. And also will be an opportunity for us to kind of see how different communities work and what the interest of those communities is, and test a process of collaborators and mentors and so forth. So that should be really cool.
So my final thing I have to say about this before we wrap up is I'm really excited. But it's also that now that means at CFA, not only do we support your scripts in a screenwriting fund and make sure that you have a collaborative group cohort of screenwriters and get your script to a place, we also have a film challenge quarterly that's free. So 4 times a year you can be making a movie for free that gets seen by us, has cameras available, has software available, partners with some of the best vendors that are here. We also have alternative financing, which means that we can help your films get funded through tax-deductible donations. You also can learn how to make your films better because we have free education constantly, that no matter where you are in the world, you can watch that live, ask questions to our mentors, suggest things that you want to see. But now we have this incredible program where from conception you can be with CFA to post-production and getting it out into the world you can be with CFA. And this just like this collaboration of having a pipeline of programs is something that I hope that we can all grow together. Our slogan that we keep saying is bridging the gap between talent and crew, but recently we've been saying let's grow together, and let's grow together in an accessible community of independent creators where we're working with festival founders like Gio who are supporting us from the ground up. And then you can work with our nonprofit that is constantly growing with wonderful collaborators that you can continue to work and grow with. So Gio, thank you so much for coming in to announce this with us.
Thank you, guys.
If you're interested, you can find more information at cinematographyforactors.com. And if you have any questions, feel free to send us an email at contact@cinematographyforactors.com. If you're here in person, you can talk to us after, or you can grab a card. Our wonderful team is here to support us. Thanks so much, everyone.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thanks.